Hold on, Anthony.
Any day now.
Welcome to the Maximum Edge. My name is John Santucci. Call me Tooch. I got G-Dog and Anthony here to break down Monday Night Football. Gentlemen, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
We got the Vikings at the Bears. And there was even another game that kicked off about, an hour ago. That was the Raiders at the Browns. The Raiders, the 10-0 lead. And
dude. Nick Chubb with 14 yards rushing in the first half.
Right. They can. Browns with everybody out with COVID, which looks like the same kind of issue with the Bears, who have a lot of players out with COVID. I want to talk a little bit about yesterday and ask you guys what you thought of any surprises in the NFL. To me, was Tom Brady getting shut out for the first time in 265 games as the Bucs lost offensive weapon after offensive weapon with three of their top players on the offensive side of the ball going down during the game. They get shut out. They lose 9-0 to the Saints. Well, if you had under 10, you were cleaning up there. Anthony, what surprised you yesterday? Was it the Cardinals going into Detroit and losing?
It was no surprise with the Cardinals. I told you before the show yesterday morning. I didn't say the Lions win. I told Tooch yesterday morning.
I don't trust the Cardinals, he said.
I don't trust the Cardinals. I mean, even in the teaser, I didn't trust them -6.5. I didn't trust them. I was like, they're not the same team without Hopkins because Murray doesn't know how to throw to anyone else. Even though Kirk did a hell of a job throwing, I mean, nobody steps up. AJ Green just stands there like a fucking hobo, waiting for the ball instead of going for the ball. I mean, it's a hot mess in Arizona right now. There's a reason why they lost to the Rams, rightfully so. I think that game is going to throw it out the window because I don't think the Rams are that good. I think the Cardinals are that bad. I think the biggest surprise out of everything is the Bucs. I mean, I had a couple props just for fun. I hit 1 out of 3, and I woke up. I was like, what? 9-0. 9-0. I went to bed after the first quarter. And I just woke up. I was like, wow. That's all I said.
You didn't hit any props in that game unless you had all unders. Under.
First quarter, over 2.5. I mean, everything's just for fun, just to keep me entertained for the day. But I passed out after the first quarter like an old man. So it didn't matter.
What do they have tonight? Like was the Browns and the Raiders. And once the Browns, whoever the hell their quarterback is, once he was announced, I think the line went from -2.5 Browns to like +3.
Yeah.
Because the Raiders were obviously still playing with Carr, having the majority of their team.
I got the Raiders -3, the under 40.5, and I did a half a unit parlay with the Raiders money line and a couple other ones just for fun. But that's looking good.
Looking good.
How do you not go with the Raiders? All I can say is it really, really sucks for the Browns.
Because David Carr sucks and Myles Garrett's still playing.
Yeah, they're only down 10-0. Imagine if the starters were playing. They'd be crushing the Raiders. And the sad part is if they won today, they'd be in first place. So you basically just rob the Browns of a game over basically cold-like symptoms because no one's really, really sick. They just got
most of it's symptomatic bullshit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really hate it for the Browns altogether because, I mean, they've been playing good and fighting hard for that division. That defense is just unbelievable, and they're getting robbed up. Basically, everyone plays an extra game except them.
Yeah. G-Dog, anything surprise you about yesterday's games before we hit the Monday Night Football Bears Vikings?
No, we already touched on it pretty much. I mean, the same thing. Like, I don't. Obviously, the Lions winning outright, and then Brady getting shut out. So, Those are kind of like the two biggest stories yesterday.
Well, we have 2 Bears fans here and 1 Vikings fan. G-Dog is Vikings, and Anthony, I grew up with the Bears. But I got to tell you, man, I there are so many players out with COVID on the Bears. The list is huge. There is Allen Robinson, Eddie Jackson, Tayshaun Gibson, Jalen Johnson. That is 3/4 of the Bears secondary. There's also Artie Burns, a backup cornerback, Mario Edwards, defensive lineman. They've already lost
It just frustrates the living shit out of me with all this.
I don't know who's going to play in the defensive backfield for the Bears. I mean,
if you have a Bears jersey at home, go to Soldier Field, and you're probably going to play.
You might be end up on the field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like all the NHL games, the NBA. I mean, this is out of control stupidity, dude.
Right. You're looking at I think these guys. You're looking at Kendall Vilder's the only guy who's going to be starting. That Marky Christian and Tease Tabor. That's only 3 guys. I don't think they can get anybody else. I mean, yeah, there's Xavier Crawford, the other safety, is out with a concussion. I don't know who's. They might have to line up a wide receiver at safety tonight.
Who knows?
It's the line has moved up to Vikings -7 now on the road in Soldier Field. Weather doesn't appear to be that much of a factor, right? Clear, not super high winds. Side -7 G-Dog. Which way you like the Bears? I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. But the Vikings suck. I haven't seen any of their bullshit their last however many games this season, dude. I hate being a fan. I honestly hate being a Vikings fan. It's the worst curse that I was ever born with. It's horrible. It's like they're just like constantly just this season, especially, dude. They'll be up at least 1 or 2 touchdowns, and they next thing you know, look at Pittsburgh last week, 29-0 at halftime, or whatever it was.
Looks like you got a dog of the day here. You gonna take the Bears +7
for G-Dog? Not for me. Not for me.
I would be all over the Vikings. I just think there's nobody that can stop Justin Jefferson. He might have 200 yards receiving. I've seen Terrell Owens go for 275 yards against the Bears one time. Yeah, we had no secondary. The total.
We'll see. The Vikings will find a way to F it up.
Right, Anthony. On the side, -7 Vikings. You're all over it.
I'm all over the Vikings.
I can't get behind the Bears with this many people.
Injuries. There's a reason why I'm on the Raiders.
Canceled. Yeah,
there's a reason why I'm on the Raiders because of the injuries.
Why isn't the Bears
any other day
postponed?
No.
Just get it in. I mean, it's basically like this: the Bears weren't going to win in the first place. The Vikings are going to win. What is 1 point?
Well, they should be favored by a lot more than 7 points.
That's what's suspicious, right? But is it possible the odds makers just don't know how to handicap the games? Maybe they don't even know who's going to be playing.
No, they don't know who's playing. The same thing. The NBA is all effed up, and everything else is all jacked up too.
I got to look at the practice squad.
The NBA is crooked as it is, and now they're going to throw COVID in there. I mean, come on. I'm surprised LeBron's on the court.
So the Bears have no safeties on their practice squad. They have 4
Maybe
corners.
They're all playing tonight. That's why.
They got 4 cornerbacks on there. They got to bring somebody up. Imagine with Jalen Johnson, Tayshaun Gibson, Eddie Jackson, Artie Burns out, and Xavier Crawford and Houston. That's 6 guys out today. Deion Bush too. That's 7. Yeah, 6 guys.
Justin Fields is going to play safety in the fourth quarter.
He might have to.
Akeem Hicks is playing.
Is he? Yeah, looks like he's playing.
Jason Peters out with an injury.
Yep, their left tackle's out. You got Larry Borum, the right tackle. Arguably their best offensive lineman out. He's been playing right tackle. You're gonna have to have
overly smashed with freaking. The only guy that's out from illness is Tease Tabor, and that's the only guy that's out with an illness. Everybody else is like
Well, I show Eddie Jackson
I mean,
COVID
like
19.
DeAndre Houston is, obviously he's been out, but he's
Right.
out from his arm. But I mean, that's like,
Yeah,
I mean, they have guys to replace those types of guys. The other stuff, I mean, when it gets super thin, then yeah, I'd be worried about it. But I don't know. I think
I
a lot
don't.
of points scored. Obviously, the Bears prove they can put up points.
Have they announced who's inactive for this game yet, Anthony? Do you know?
The hell knows.
How do we find out? Besides going on NFL.com inactive list, it's hard to get information. That's one problem I have with betting this game. I lean under. I think the Vikings can easily put up 35 points. It would just be up to the Bears putting up, 10 to 14 or 14, couple, 13, 14, 16.
They'll score more than
points.
14.
Yeah.
They'll score more than 14. They'll be fine. They've got to score. The Vikings defense is not a good defense, as we see.
Right.
The Vikings coaching and defense is horrible, and the Bears coaching obviously is horrible. It's just a shit show.
Consensus.
Why we're actually talking
wait.
about this.
Consensus here. I know this is a shit game to talk about.
No debate. No debate. It's a shit
No
show.
debate. Yep.
There's
The
no debate.
over and Vikings, if me, would be if I had to pick. I know Vikings. The over is already up to 47. It was 44 this morning.
Yeah,
I
Bears.
mean, I can be square.
I think the Vikings let them back in like everybody else they do.
Backdoor cover with replacement players. The replacements playing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then as soon as the Bears get right
Anybody
back
can do it. It's the Vikings.
in it, Kirk Cousins, give me the square. I'm the square. I'm a square today. I don't care.
Yeah. All right. So you heard it here. That's the leans, Viking -7 and the over. What do you say we give away a free play and then we're out of here and we're back. When are we back? We're back tomorrow because there's a couple NFL games tomorrow, right? Is there one or two tomorrow?
I guess. G-Dog, you back tomorrow?
I suppose.
Yeah, there's two games tomorrow. Washington at Philadelphia.
Seattle and at
Seattle
LA.
at the Rams.
Washington doesn't know who their quarterback is yet.
I hate COVID.
Oh, God.
Complete scam.
Yeah, no fun. What do you say we give away a
Get to the free play.
and
Get to the free play.
guys can get to your meatloaf and mashed potatoes tonight. Here we go. All right, so we're going to give away a free play in this game. Anthony and I are going back to the prop bet wells that has treated us so fine this past few days here, past few times. The prop bet today is Justin Jefferson over 96.5 receiving yards. Your guy, Justin Jefferson. Are you a fan of Justin Jefferson, G-Dog?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah. The
Absolutely.
dude's great route runner, uses his body for position, great hands. Like I said, I could see him going for 200 yards here tonight against the Bears' backup defensive backs. I'm interested to see just who the hell's playing for the Bears tonight. I don't know, and I'm a Bears fan. I got to go and look and see who the inactives are. But Justin Jefferson over 96.5 receiving yards. He should hit this. He might hit this by halftime, Anthony.
Good chance. A good
chance he hits this by halftime.
There's no Adam Thielen tonight, so there's no excuse. I mean,
Yeah.
Every time Thielen's been out, he's covered this with ease.
Yep.
So, I mean,
I'm all
I hate
over
the
it.
juice on it, minus
Yeah.
128, but
It's easy money.
it really is. It really is. I hate to say it like that.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. This is easy money.
Yep.
100 yards receiving versus the Bears would have, basically tryouts to play safety. Come on.
Yep. They have one pass rusher. You've got
Robert Quinn is 4 sacks away from tying Ricky Dent's record for the season.
Yep.
Oh.
So
Richard Dent.
Richard Dent. Yeah.
Whatever.
He might not like you calling him Ricky, but
I'll call him
the
Ricky.
old bear.
I'll call him Ricky.
And then in order to generate pressure, they have to blitz Roquan Smith, which leaves the middle of the field open. So, Akeem Hicks is back, like G-Dog said. Might be a little bit more pressure there with Hicks, but I the prop bet is the safest bet, and the over probably just as safe. All right, fellas, we'll see you tomorrow night back here Tuesday, talking Seahawks, Rams, and football team Eagles. For
Super excited.
Yep, for Anthony and G Dog, this is Tooch signing off. See you guys later.
See ya.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top